Do not question, do not doubt, close your mind and believe what you're supposed to believe. The Southern way of life was something sacred. As soon as I could get away from home, I would be out there experiencing all kinds of wonderful new things. The solution to Costa Rica's political problems was a revolution. He said, "Will you follow me?" And I said, "Of course I will." Life with me will be very difficult, but it will never be boring.
Picks up now. So that's next Thursday here at Longleaf Studios, which is one of the things we've got to work on, is making sure this audio transitions well within the Sling. But would like for everybody to come out and see that. You need to go online to longleafstudios.com, find the link to that, and register to come here. But if you don't get registered, come on anyway. We'll have to register at the door. But we'll have this room set up, doing a live broadcast, taking some pictures, and walking people through and talking to you about the live streaming capability here at Longleaf Studios. And then we'll go into the main building with the largest green screen, one of the largest green screens in Alabama is, and we'll watch this film that you just saw. And I think it's going to be a fun film.
Oh, I've seen pieces of it. It's a great film. Who would ever thought somebody from Alabama could be such an influence? And that lady was a great influence. Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of it, and it's just amazing to see that. And there's more films coming. There's 2 more this spring is what we call it, our spring season. We do 6 all together, and they're all been amazing, amazing. My favorite was the girls that raced in Israel. That was my favorite, and I cannot remember the name of it for nothing.
Yeah, that was a good film, and we had a very good crowd from the International House here at Jacksonville State attend that one. We'd like to invite you guys back too. The shot over my shoulder right now is Daniel, your son.
Yes.
And Daniel, we can't talk about it, but has found himself to playing some pretty good parts in some.
He has got it in
some films.
Some film.
And again, you two have been working on various films around the state, and
we have.
One of the big ones that you got to work on was Trading Paint.
Yes, it was.
When does that come out, by the way, Tom?
That comes out June 1st, is what my understanding is.
And some of the things you learned on that had to do with the union scale group coming in pretty much out of the state.
Out of the state, yes.
And then all the local guys that were hired, and there was a Crew 1, Crew 2.
Yeah.
And you ended up working mostly on Crew 2.
I worked on Crew 2. Unit 2 is what they call it, Unit 1. And I found out that if you want to get in film, Unit 2 is where you want to go. Because I learned Unit 1 does all the voices and all the dialogue, but Unit 2 is the action unit. They're the ones that has the car chases and the wrecks and all that fun stuff for the movie. We don't worry about audio as much on Unit 2, but we worry about the action part of it. We're all about action. In the movie we raced and we tore a race car in half and we did all kind of stuff. But you got to see the movie. It's going to be really, really good. The movie is about a dad and a son that's on the outs with each other. And
have they come out with the trailer yet?
The trailer has not come out yet. They're still working on it.
Okay.
And unfortunately, when we make movies, they go to Canada to be edited together.
Yeah, color graded.
The color graded and all that comes out of a place in Canada. We shoot them here, we send them to Canada. Don't figure that, but that's what happens. Yeah. And so Daniel and myself, we know the people that are actually editing the film, and we chat with them on Facebook and stuff. It's been really good. I love the experience. I wish more people would get the experience. And what upset me the most, though, is we had every day when we filmed at the racetrack, everybody was invited. All you had to do was come to the stands and see what was going on. And the stars, some of the stars did go up and talk to the people. And people just missed out. It was
Yeah,
it
no,
was
we
a
brought
load of
probably
fun.
about 20 people one night,
Yeah.
hoping to see John Travolta, and we were in the stands, and we had a good time because you and Daniel got to come over and talk to us and tell us what you were doing. We were very impressed with how you guys were running around changing batteries and doing really all
Yeah,
the,
you know,
the
that's
hard work.
we were camera guys, but in the movie business, it takes 3 people to run a camera.
Yeah.
You have one guy that uses the camera, you have one guy that focuses, and the other guy has to make sure the batteries are fresh, make sure the video cards are fresh, because you'll go through 30, 40 video cards
How many
in a
cameras
day.
did y'all have on that set?
We
Just
had,
there in at the dirt track.
We had 4. We had 4
So
cameras.
4 Arri cameras.
4
is what we shot
Reds,
with
yeah,
there.
they were shot with Reds. And the most important thing about, you know, you got to know what Reds are, but the most important thing you had to know was what lenses went with.
Yeah.
Because it's not the camera, it's more the lens. You got to have the right lens for the right feel that you're looking for. And that was what was so satisfying to see how all this works.
Hey, I'm gonna take a little bit of, not really a break, but I'm gonna let you change out. I want to bring Mackenzie in for just a minute. We have so if you will, go ahead and
I'm gonna go ahead and
down.
pull out.
But Tony, it's great for you to be in here tonight, man.
Oh, I
We'll see
love
you
it, man.
Soon, let you go back and start running the audio and all. And of course, we saw the camera running around a minute ago, showed all the guys in the background.
You're sure.
And we're having a really good time tonight on our first episode. So we'll let Mackenzie come in here. We have a young lady named Mackenzie Henderson, and Mackenzie started a little over a year ago helping me do makeup, and was actually able to help us teach our film camp, which we have every summer. And by the way, that'll also be again this next summer, the last week of June, and we're going to have an acting camp the week before that. So look on the website and find out more information. Be sure to sign up for film camp coming up this year, 2018. We'll start posting the script for the camp in a few weeks, and then at that point, you can start the practicing for the acting camp, and then we'll put a crew together then during film camp and shoot the presentation. And next week or the next week after that, here on Alabama Film Community TV, we'll start showing some of the film camp videos just to give it a little bit of exposure, and also to show you some of the things that are done here at Longleaf. So I am now waiting on Mackenzie to come in here and sit down beside me and talk to her just a few minutes about makeup and her desires and what she's been doing. So Mackenzie, thank you. I'm glad you're with us, and I'm assuming your mic is now on.
I hope so.
Yeah. You are still in high school.
I am.
How long have you been working on makeup and doing makeup?
I have been doing makeup since I was about 12 years old, actually quote unquote professionally for theaters and places like that, so around 5 years now.
And what brought you to Longleaf? How did we hook up? Do you remember?
A friend of my parents actually recommended me to you and told my parents about Longleaf and got me interested in it. And I heard about how many great people were down here, how much stuff that you guys do, and I was really interested about the green screen, so I decided to come and visit Longleaf, and I ended up staying.
So what are some of the things you've got a chance to do, and what are some of your most favorite makeup?
Oh, I've done everything from, you know, the Alice in Wonderland, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, almost any play you can think of. I've done haunted house makeup, zombies, witches, ghosts, dead people, anything you can think of when it comes to that, prosthetics.
And they're quite good.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had a scene that we did in here with Bobby Hayden Jr., and who we're telling his story of being a drug addict and living on Skid Row in L.A. for 10 years, you know, MTV star, and getting saved, and now out with his ministry called Cardboard Box Ministries. And by the way, Bobby's in town, so we'll get to see him this week. But the makeup you did on his legs, you know, we're going to have to show some of that video. It was just incredible.
I heard it made a lot of people sick to their stomachs because it looked so realistic. But it was so fun to do, and I wouldn't have changed anything.
Okay, and that was almost an all-day event for you to do that makeup.
It was. The makeup itself took around 2.5 hours because I had to cover almost completely both of his legs. So, but it was a really good experience.
And according to Bobby, it looked just like he did, when he was on the Skid Row and living in Los Angeles.
Yeah, which really mesmerizes me when I think about it, because it's just like I brought that to life for him, and basically just to be able to do that kind of stuff with makeup is just incredible.
You also got to be a part of film camp last year.
I did.
What was your thought on film camp?
Film camp is really educational. It gets the kids and teenagers hands-on with the stuff that you're doing. I had a great time doing it. I wouldn't have changed anything. It was just so fun and so educational for everyone who came. And I think everyone walked away with a new desire and a new passion to do something in film.
And we have the director who should have been here tonight, but she's sick, Brianna Tinker. She really picked up on film camp, and she was one of the quiet ones, I thought at first, and all of a sudden I found out she was really a director.
Yeah, she loves directing now. Like I've heard from her that she actually would like to be a director in the future.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, her dad called me the other day and said they're looking for film schools to go to now. Of course, Jacksonville State has a minor in film right now under the drama department, and there is some work ongoing to get the film major here. So if you're looking for a school to go to, clearly Jacksonville State, with their communication program, their drama department, their art department, and now film minor, this would be a great place for you to come to school. And I'd like to encourage people to do that as well. So Mackenzie, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
And this is our first broadcast on Alabama Film Community. And we're going to call it a night now, but next week we hope to have people like Pete Conroy in. If you are a film director, a lighting person, acting coach, or whatever around Alabama, we'd love to have you come on our show. You can call in. We'll put you on the screen in the back and do a live call in through FaceTime. So be sure to think about that. But we'd like to also know more about the films you're doing across the state. If you have a short film that you're doing, if you have a feature that you're producing, be sure to think about coming to Longleaf Studios. Tell us about it, and let's see if something that we can get involved in with you to make Alabama the film community that it should be. So as I get ready to roll the output, which I forgot to put in here, I'm going to drop that into that camera spot, and then we're going to roll that out. This will be the ending of our show tonight, but thank you for joining us. Thank you.